For 40 years, the stars of Australian television have gathered annually to celebrate the entertainment industry's Night of Nights. Tonight, across Australia, the 40th Anniversary TV Week Logie Awards from Melbourne's Crown Palladium.
What a funny old business is telly, where shows disappear without trace. But they say when one door opens, another one slams in your face. That's why tonight I'm not working for money. Wouldn't dream of accepting a fee. It's the pressure, the hype, and the ratings. That's why we do Aussie TV. Gee, but it's swell. We never thought that we could do it so well. The early shows were exciting and raw, but people want more of programs that we never thought of making before. For instance, give me a show with renovating, cake decorating, a nut, a screw, and a fact sheet too. Learn to build a house, even circumcise a mouse on lifestyle shows. But lifestyle shows are kind of recent. I want to go back now. Remember these years? There's a guy in flares. Oh no, bad hair as well. There are people in beige wearing shirts from hell. A 70s variety. Not tasteful. Not tasteful. Come on, girls. Disgraceful. Get out of there. Yeah. Like Marika and Khan.
Oh, yeah.
Like Ernie and Don.
Oh, yeah.
Like Normie and Ron.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what do you got? You got a boxing match. Boxing, boxing, boxing match. Boxing, boxing, boxing match. She's traveled all over our TV screens, but where is Yana? Where is Yana? If she's at the ABC, she must be undercover. The wedding. Can leave you feeling kind of dopey. They should all be interactive so that you can have a say. I do. The phone book could be made into a soapy. We know the pommies would watch it twice a day. Let's get into it. If you believe bananas wear pajamas, if you believe that Ramsey Street's not fantasy, and the monarchy is Graham Kennedy, if you believe Greg Matthews has his own hair, if you believe that this can be the ABC, then you were obviously, you're hooked on Oz TV. Welcome to a Logies night. We'll try to keep it nice and bright. Maybe even get you home tonight. From the Logies, it's another Logies night. Everyone is getting tight. But then the challenge is to stay upright. At the Logies. Thank you. It's another Logies night. Everyone will be polite, 'cause we don't want another fight. At the Logies, it's another Logies night. Everyone is out of sight. Try and hide your cellulite. Sit back, relax, enjoy the night.
It's another Logies night. Tonight featuring from Veronica's Closet, Kathy Najimy. Country music stars Kenny Rogers and Reba McEntire. A special tribute to one of Australia's television legends. The star of the blockbuster movie Lost in Space and television super series Friends, Matt LeBlanc. Together with some of the all-time great Logie Award winners. All celebrating the 40th annual TV Week Logie Awards across Australia on the 9 Network.
Paper. It seems so delicate and thin. But in the right hands, paper can be used to build bridges, to generate electricity, reinforce foundations, pave new roads, and mend old fences. What gives paper the strength to build relationships? At Hallmark, we've found the secrets are imagination, passion, care and understanding. And that's why every Hallmark card is so much more than just a piece of paper.
Start your scratchies!
Race for Cash, the new extended play Scratchy. Start with the racing panel, then the race is on. And every ticket gives you 6 chances to win up to $30,000.
Oh, what a great win!
Scratch me happy, yes!
Doesn't only happen to older women. It will affect 1 in 3 older Australian men. It's osteoporosis. Exercise and calcium-rich foods now may help reduce its effects in the future. And if you're thinking it'll never happen to you, remember, old men were young once too.
Everybody says this is a great time to buy.
I think it's the right time to do something.
For low home loan rates that look after you today, with all the flexibility you need for tomorrow, call the National on 13 13 12.
How long you had that patrol for, Steve? What, 10 years?
Yeah, about that.
Time for a newie.
I don't think so, eh?
Yeah, you're just like your old man. Don't like change.
Steve, I'd like you to drop in here on your way home tonight.
Thanks for coming, son. Right, let's talk business. You're moving too fast with the crop harvest. That extra 100 hectares, we haven't got the labour for it.
Oh, you're just like your old man.
Control was launched 10 years ago. It took 10
Steve,
years to make a four-wheel drive.
you listening to me, son?
I don't know, Dad. You might be moving too slow. You done? Yep. Dad, I know that extra 100 hectares we couldn't do. They're done.
Monday on A Current Affair, exposed the man who says he's saving Australia from Satan.
I rebuke you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Now former followers lift the lid on his cult.
There was yelling and screaming.
I had to obey.
Exorcisms and mind control tearing families apart. Driving young people to suicide.
He's a really destructive man.
I want them stopped.
Plus at home with Australia's reluctant hero.
We think the world of him.
Danger and daring rescues just come with the job.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Nissan presents A Current Affair Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, celebrating the 40th annual TV Week Logie Awards, please welcome your host for this evening, Daryl Somers.
Thank you and welcome to the 40th annual TV Week Logie Awards here at Crown Palladium. It's certainly 40 years is a long time. I guess in Bruce McAvaney terms that he would say, it's special. It is special. We hope to have a night where we may indulge a little in nostalgia and sort of visit some old times, have some past gold Logie winners trot out to see how they look now. Plus, also, we've got the same, as you would imagine, the awards are the same. We have 2 types of awards. We've got the peer-voted awards, which are the industry panel awards, and we've got the popular voted awards, which are, of course, voted by the publicity departments of the networks. And a couple of people that have bought TV Week. I'm only joking, of course. Thousands upon thousands of votes. We have a lot to get through, so we're going to rip into it and get down to business. And I think our first guest you would know from her role in Sister Act, Sister Mary Patrick, and then more recently as Olive in Veronica's Closet, which is a super huge hit at the moment. We're going to have a little sample of her work. This is Olive defending her rather pretentious brother on Veronica's Closet recently.
Well, that certainly does not describe my brother. I mean, maybe, okay, he does like to talk a lot about the famous people he knows, all right? And maybe he is a little insecure when they don't return his phone calls. And yeah, he may seem just a little bit overconfident, but maybe he's just compensating for the fact that he didn't start growing until he was in the 12th grade when they gave him that experimental hormone. And yeah, maybe he likes to speak French, but for years it was the only way that he could hide his terrible lisp. But he is a fine, fine human being. Right, Ronnie?
Absolutely. Josh, what were you thinking?
Please welcome Kathy Najimy. Clip. How are you?
I'm very well.
You look absolutely wonderful
Thank
this evening.
you, as do you. I'm still reeling from At the Logies. I want to cover that and like distribute it at discos and make a dance version. What do you think? I loved it.
Do you like the outfits on the girls then?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is it was between, when I was picking out what I was going to wear tonight, it was between this or the dragon with the one leg outfit. And I'm so glad I chose this because I would have been so embarrassed because they all had the same thing. Yeah. Actually, I'd need about 4 or 5 of those to cover it up.
Now, you know, I guess you're surprised how big Veronica's Closet is here in Australia. Have
Yeah.
you found people recognizing you when you walk around?
Everywhere I go, I feel like Mick Jagger. I really do. I mean, I was at the food court, they were ripping my clothes off, or they might have just hated what I was wearing, but...
You didn't have the dragon thing on the leg.
It's really, no, I didn't have the dragon.
Right, okay.
But I did have my little shorty nurse outfit on with the hat. So. But yeah, it's very flattering, you know, to come to a country so far away and have everyone know who you are. And, you know, there was a bus full of drunken college kids last night screaming, Olive! Olive! And I thought, oh, God, they even know my TV name.
Well, you know, the chemistry in the show between you and Kirsty is really fantastic. Is it, you must have a lot of fun doing it.
I do. I have a great... I mean, you know, there's the rumors that she's upset because she thinks I'm funnier than her, and, you know, she... that's
Where did those rumors start?
They're not. I mean, other than her pushing me and tipping me over, it's fine because she's a star. And no, actually, she's my favorite reason to go to work. She's the best person I've ever worked with. She's wild and fun and irreverent and so unprofessional, and we love it so much. We have the best cast ever.
Oh, that's good.
Really good.
That's good. Look, we might put you to work straight away. We have a couple of awards now to go through.
And starting with
the
this.
first one, yeah.
Okay. This is very exciting. The nominations for the most popular series are Home and Away, 7 Network. Neighbors, Network 10. Blue Healers, Network 7. And Water Rats, Network 9. Okay. This is and the award goes to Blue Healers, the 7 Network.
Look, thank you to TV Week and the readers of TV Week. I'd like to also thank everyone at Southern Star, 7 Network, especially John Holmes, Hal McElroy and Tony Morford, who are the co-creators of this show, Gus Howard, my fellow producer, Caroline Stanton, her story team, the writers, the directors, the actors that work on the show, and the production crews that work on the show, both HSV and Southern Star, and these people here who can do anything that we throw at them and constantly surprise me and delight me every week. Thank you.
As what's laughingly known as the patriarch of the show, it's my happy duty to, particularly I'd like to thank Red Simons first for his lovely comments in the paper this morning. And he is right, I am too old and too fat. And it's lovely to be up here surrounded by my friends and my enemies. No, my very good friends. Look, Blue Heelers has been staggeringly successful and we're all immensely proud of it. And we have a terrific working relationship with each other and with the crew, and I'd like to thank everybody. I wish we could do it personally, but we can't. I mean, I know it's a terrible cliche to thank the wonderful crew and the wonderful time we have, but, you know, we do have a great time on the show, and most actors that have worked on it would agree with that. We have a great team of writers, and, I mean, what else can I say? Thank you very much to all those people out there who voted for us, and thank you to all of you. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of the Blue Heelers cast. It's a hugely popular show, Blue Heelers, here in Australia.
Yeah. What is it, people with blue shoes? No.
No.
Yeah, Blue Heelers. I'm trying
It's,
it's doctors. No.
No.
No, it's Blue Heelers would be maybe swimming doctors because of the blue sea. That's an underwater kind of a hospital. No.
You know, this is ending up like a game show.
It is, which I love, yeah.
I realise this, that you absolutely love game shows.
I was on 3 game shows, not as a celebrity, like back when I was a civilian. And I would have been on more, but they only allow you to go on 3 in 10 years, so I did my quota. And I actually lived for 2 years off my winnings of game shows.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, when I first got here, I mean, I think it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, no, that's the Grundy's. That's the Grundy's table clapping. Yeah.
Right. Well, when I first came into Melbourne the other day, the first thing I did was turn on the TV to try to find a game show. I found 4,000 soccer shows, but I couldn't find a game show.
What sort of shows were you on?
I was on Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune, and $25,000 Pyramid.
Wow. And how much money would you have won? I think you told me your sister won 30 grand.
My sister won 30 grand, but that was when Wheel of Fortune, you didn't really get money. It was a long time ago. You didn't get money, you got prizes, so I got like a cement Dalmatian and an ugly vase and a purple ashtray and,
because this might surprise you, but we have a little bit of footage, which I haven't even seen it yet. It came in today from the States. And
I'm leaving now. No, here's the thing. It's the 80s, so please forgive the hair. Oh.
You would rather us not show it?
No, go ahead.
We are in.
These are my people now. Okay.
Now, I'm not sure what it is. Let's just roll. This is, you can tell us which period this was.
Okay.
Kathy.
C, as in Carol.
C, with the sort of a cap that looks like a wig.
6-pack of beer.
Yes, that's it.
I got it though.
You got it.
Yeah, it takes someone with a lot of confidence to be able to stand here and show you that.
Now, we might go to the next award, which is... would you like me to do the nominations?
Yes,
Can you read
please?
the winner? As the nominations for the most popular lifestyle program are Our House, 9 Network, Better Homes and Gardens, 7 Network, Getaway, 9 Network, and that old perennial Burke's Backyard, 9 Network.
The award goes to Better Homes and Gardens, 7 Network.
Congratulations.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
There you go.
Well, thank you. As Kathy would understand, to be an actor and have a day job is pretty amazing. And this job's gone on for 3.5 years. with a wonderful team, and this is for you guys. We're very grateful for your support, and it's very exciting. Thank you.
You're 3 years on the trot. Not bad. We'd like to thank all of you out there for supporting Better Homes and Gardens. Thanks very much.
Not a game show.
No,
Not a game show.
No, I
Lifestyle
know.
show.
But I'd still watch it
Mm.
because they won an award.
I could actually put this way to you. I think it's probably in game show terms. I could say, okay, Kathy.
Yes.
Now, you, if you choose, can
Okay.
leave right now.
Right.
Or you can stay and come back for big awards a little later. Don't answer right now. Here is your think music.
What do you think? Stay or go?
Okay, Kathy, are you going to leave now or come back?
Daryl, I think I'll stay.
She's gonna stay! On the Logie game! We'll be right back on the Logie game! Hey, Kathy,
Monday, Monday, baby. Love it Monday, baby. When you're laying so close to me, there's no place I'd rather you be than with me. Hey, Monday, Monday, baby. Love it Monday, baby. Monday, Monday, baby.
Tonight's Sports Update is brought to you by Mazda.
Good evening. The Australian Rugby League team to play in the Anzac Test against New Zealand next Friday has been named with Laurie Daly as captain. Andrew Johns is the halfback with no room for Alan Langer. In round 6 games, Melbourne, Norths, Souths, Canterbury and St George won today. Jamie Ainscough scored 2 of the Dragons' tries in the 6-point victory over Penrith. And Mick Doohan has bounced back to win the Malaysian Grand Prix. Have a good night.
Right now at your Mazda dealer, you can pick up a new Estina Hatch, Metro or Protege and they'll throw in air conditioning for free. They're calling it the Shades offer. Pretty cool, eh? But then again, that's Mazda.
David Jones is pleased to announce 30% off selected quality women's, men's and children's fashion, accessories and homewares. Offer ends this weekend.
David Jones.
Often when you get a home loan from a bank, all you seem to do is pay fee after fee after fee. What a joke. Monthly fees just for having a home loan. They've got to be kidding. Those banks don't deserve your business. So give Aussie a call. At Aussie, we'll save you.
Paper. It seems so delicate and thin. But in the right hands, paper can be used to build bridges, to generate electricity, reinforce foundations, pave new roads, and mend old fences. What gives paper the strength to build relationships? At Hallmark, we've found the secrets are imagination, passion, care and understanding. And that's why every Hallmark card is so much more than just a piece of paper.
Just before coming out, I was handed this envelope. You may not be aware that tonight seating arrangements have been made by the network programmers. And they've come up with a couple of late changes, which I will just read what they've said here. If during the next break, Blue Healers could get up and from your table and move over there, All Saints, you could go to where Blue Heelers was. And Water Rats, you could get up and move, but just wait until you see where Blue Heelers go first. That's from the Programmers Department. Thank you very much. That's why they're programmers. And there is only one true champion of current affairs in this country. He's very, very professional. He would be here tonight, but because of his profession, he's on assignment in Alice Springs. He's a top sort and a super bloke, and I refer to Mike Moore. Come in, Mike.
Thanks, Daryl. Sorry we can't be with you tonight on this night of nights, but Jeff's up here on a conference on...
the impact of El Nino on desert areas.
Yeah, and I'm here to do a celebrity boot scooting segment with Troy Dan.
Lord of the Line Dance.
Well, best new talent. You are our stars of the future. You're about to enter an industry famous for its tremendous camaraderie.
It's an industry...
Shut up, Jeff, I haven't finished it. It's an industry where friendships are both real and lifelong.
An industry
Jeff,
where
I'm talking. It's an industry where the bottom line is share and share alike.
So without
further ado, here are the nominations for Best New Talent.
Brie Desborough.
Who?
Brie Desborough.
Are you reading off the menu? That sounds like something from a cheese platter.
Daniel Kowalski.
Paul Hogan's wife's been nominated.
No, that's Linda Kozlowski. This is a swimmer.
He's in the wrong competition.
Callan Mulvey.
That's a cheese. That's a Greek mouldy cheese.
It's not a cheese.
Another cheese.
And finally, Brooke Satchwell.
That is a menu, because that's definitely a cheese.
They're not cheeses, Mike. Good luck to you all.
Good luck
You're
to you
our
all.
future.
And just think, one day it could be you wearing these clothes.
Back to you, Daryl.
Back to you, Daryl.
I said that.
I know, I'm supposed... You're worse than Monty.
Sorry.
What a pro. I better recap those nominations just so that people know that they're in the category. The nominations for most popular new talent are Brie Desborough, 7 Network, Daniel Kowalski, 9 Network, Callan Mulvey, the ABC, and Brooke Satchwell, Network 10. And the award goes to Brooke Satchwell, Network 10.
Neighbours back with a vengeance, I guess. I guess I'll keep this short and sweet. To my pretend family, Ailsa Piper and Andrew Bibby for being there. Peter Dodds, Stanley Walsh and Jan Russ for keeping me in a job. Apparently Martin Malloy and sausages. Why, I have no idea. If someone could explain that one to me later, I'd be most appreciative. To family and friends, everyone who voted, and my parents, Jane and Andrew, sister Catherine, for reminding me that I'm still just chook. Thanks.
Brooke Satchwell. I think Brooke's only 17? Yeah, 17 or so. That's wonderful for her. Going off again, why not? Children's television has been much overlooked in this country at times, although it is a valuable source of entertainment and education. And I dare say that it's taught a lot of us in this room to speak proper over the years. But to give the outstanding achievement in children's television, would you please welcome Bonita Collins and George Spartels. Move in here. Now, you see, I know the two of you are expecting to read out a list of nominations. There are indeed no nominations in this category because there is only one winner, and there could only be one winner of this award, and it goes to a program which has been on air for 32 years, and I think you know which program that is. The most outstanding achievement in children's television is Play School.
Play School says hello!
There's a bear in there.
Quack, quack, quack. Oh, quack, quack, quack.
And a chair as well.
And you wobble, wobble, wobble.
There are people with games.
I'm glad.
And stories to tell.
Rocket to control room. Message received. Standing by to blast off.
Open wide, come inside. It's play school. Hello.
Hello. Remember us? I'm Lorraine.
And I'm Donald. You've seen me sometimes in the storyteller's chair. We're looking in the useful box for paper bags.
Hello. I'm Alistair. And this is Diane.
Hello.
Diane's been very busy this morning. She's been washing some of our dressing up clothes for tomorrow. I think she's been washing these a bit too hard.
The 10 bath, of course. And I'm pretending I've taken off all my clothes.
There you go. Like that. It's a terrible noise. I suppose you'd like to make that noise too.
Hello, Abu. Is Abu the biggest circus in the elephants? I mean, the biggest elephant in the circus?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I'm a little bit nervous with Abu around because she's so big.
We're going to rock around tonight.
She's lost.
We're not going to leave her there all the way through play school. Oh, it's gone down. What's going on my shirt? It's inside my shirt. Just a second.
She's tickling John.
Boing, boing, I'm a hungry kangaroo. I'm a hungry rabbit.
I'm a hungry crow. There. Little pussy. Nice.
Really?
Ooh, lovely mud. Oink, oink, oink. Are you rolling the mud too?
Real pigs are big and fat, have long noses and curly tails, and go...
A little teapot, round and stout.
Here is my handle, here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over.
Tip me over, tip me over, call me out.
How nostalgic would that be for you?
Oh, very.
It is quite amazing. I just wanted to say that now you joined the program, Benita, in 1968.
That's
it
right.
started in 66, you joined in 68, and George, you started in 85 or so.
That's right, Daryl, yeah.
That's a lot of program. I think that probably the other long-serving member would have been John Hamblin.
Yes, he's actually not as long as, he's not as old as I am.
But I should let you respond.
Okay, well, I have to say my breath was taken away because when we were asked to read the nominations, we thought, I said, well, that means we can't win if we're reading the nominations. And the reply came back, well, not necessarily. I thought, oh, well, that's very kind. So my breath is taken away. However, I do believe it was well deserved.
Thank you. On behalf of all the presenters and the whole Play School team, especially Henrietta Clark, who's here tonight, and all those who've worked on the show, and in memory of Warren Carr and John Fox, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Play School. We'll be back with more soon on the 40th Annual TV Week Logie Awards.
He'll have to think like a criminal.
It's not on, it's too dangerous.
Act like a criminal.
Don't do this, man.
Orders are orders. Holloway goes undercover.
So what's your real name? Oi, police!
Oliver Wendell Unwin.
You're going to tell me about this job, you're going to keep me scratching.
In a daring bid to expose a bunch of crooks.
One big happy family, eh?
The longer it goes on,
It's me, Raylene, your fiancé, remember?
the more dangerous it becomes.
You want to watch out, Frank. It can be very addictive.
They're leaving the house, all of them.
Water Rats Tuesday on 9.
Zoom into the Grace Brothers Easter sale for 20% off all women's design studio clothing and 25% off selected Miss Shop brand and Jeans Plus brand clothing. At our Easter sale, you'll get
great prices and more. That's your Grace Brothers store.
Everybody says this is a great time to buy.
I think it's the right time to do something.
For low home loan rates that look after you today, with all the flexibility you need for tomorrow, call the National on 13 13 12.
Want to see a totally new way to get permanent hair color?
Breakthrough to Hydrience, the first water-based cream colour from Clairol.
Who knew that water could deliver color like this?
Clairol Hydrience uses the power of water, so it deeply saturates every strand with radiant, moisture-rich colour.
That won't wash away.
Which completely covers grey, giving you a gentle, permanent colour.
I never knew it could be so gentle. It actually feels healthier.
Breakthrough to the incredible new kind of colour.
First there was hair color, now there's Hydrience.
Whoa. I've been asked by our executive producer if when you're up you could keep the speeches relatively tight, only because we have a long night. And don't worry, by the way, if you do forget the name of your colleagues, I'm sure you don't want to get yourself into a knot over it. In fact, last year we had, you may remember, it's quite funny, David Goldie, who was accepting, I think David's here tonight, in fact, he was accepting an award and just could not remember the names of those kids. Do you remember this?
But most of all, I want to salute the courage of those young people, those street kids who
Hey, that TV guy's on.
and allowed me to intrude in their lives once more. Rosie, Lee, Brad, Joshua, and...
It's Peter.
Oh dear, I forgot the last one. Rosie, Lee, Brad,
Peter.
Joshua. Look, you'll have to forgive me. I'm an obsessive person.
Get away.
Apologise. This is terrible. It's terrible.
Well...
Poor little Peter.
Yes.
Probably left the country with embarrassment.
You're out of the soundproof booth now.
Yeah.
And we have you back here, Kathy. Well, another round of applause for Kathy Najimy rejoining us. Yeah, Sister Act was particularly funny. 1 and 2, working with Whoopi Goldberg, you had to be the nun for most of the time. Did you shoot that in a casino?
The scenes in a casino, yeah, we shot in Las Vegas, and I'm a huge gambling fan. In fact, when I walked into the hotel, I'm usually excited if there's like a 24-hour coffee shop. And I walked into this hotel, and there was a huge casino, and I wet my pants with excitement. Never been more excited. So I love gambling. So we would, when the director said cut in between the breaks, we would just go over to the roulette table and get a scotch and a cigarette and in our nun's outfit and play, you know. So, and you know, so everybody had their cute little remarks, but it didn't, and then we would hear this, we would hear, where's Kathy, where's Kathy? And the director would like come over and I'd be there, craps, come on, Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Yeah, I do love a good gamble.
You could have made it Mother Superior needs a new pair of shoes if you're in the habit. And underneath the habit, you have a habit.
Oh, yeah.
Of wearing something.
Well, you know, it's the habit is very sexless, you know, because it's big and black. And the good thing about it is you can have a huge lunch and no one will know. But the bad thing about it is that I wanted to remind myself who I was, so I wore a lot of very sort of Victoria's Secret underwear, lingerie under my habit a lot, and was known for that, yeah.
Wow.
Lifting it up. No, I'm just, I needed an end to the story.
Let's just have a look at these nominations for the moment, for this one, popular actor.
Okay, the nominations for the most popular actor are Nick Testoni, The 7 Network.
One good reason why I shouldn't drag your butt off to the cops right now.
Because I haven't done nothing?
Oh, don't treat me like an idiot, Aaron. You got any idea how much business you cost me out there yesterday?
I haven't done anything.
I can't believe you're still sulking about something that happened last week. Only a 2-year-old would pull a stunt like that.
Why are you so intent on concentrating on your weaknesses?
It's easy to say when you don't have any yourself.
Oh, look, wake up yourself, all right? I mean, you're angry because you couldn't protect your girlfriend from being robbed. Well, I couldn't protect mine from being killed.
Martin Sachs, 7 Network.
Well, I didn't want to believe it was criminals, but obviously it is.
You believe what you have to.
I mean, you have betrayed everyone that loves and respects you.
It's not what you think.
Then what is it?
I can't tell you.
Spoken like a two-bit crook.
Get out.
You're trying to protect that druggy brother of
His
yours,
name
aren't you?
is Robbie.
Oh, that piece of crap, that piece of scum.
Jesse Spencer, Network 10.
When she came in, I thought you might have...
Well, you made a scene.
She just needs some friends around her at the moment.
I know.
Anyway, thanks.
You know what?
What?
I think you quite like the idea of two girls trying to win you over.
Look, I'll go, okay? This isn't a good time. I'll just get you upset. But, you know, I'm sorry. I love you.
John Wood, 7 Network.
Claims from the toe cutters, Cooper. You'll have plenty of chance to explain it to them.
You're not even interested in hearing my side of the
Look,
story.
all I need to know is you've let your personal life get dangerously tangled with your work.
Are you going to have me sacked? Is that what you're
It's
saying?
not a matter of judgment by me.
I was doing the job. I thought he was wanted for questioning.
No problem with that. But when you start a barroom brawl and send a man to hospital, then that indicates to me you're the sort of character I don't want working at my station. I am going to tell them I don't want you at this station.
Colin Friels, 9 Network.
Want to be a copper? Well, tell you the truth, I think I did it to piss my old man off. Yeah, really? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that and the fact that I always thought I was smarter than every other bastard, you know, could cut through the crap better. That's probably because I was full of it, though. You want your gun? There it is. Come on, pick it up, pick it up. Come on, tough guy, you like your gun, eh?
The award goes to Martin Sachs, 7 Network.
Thank you very much. Firstly, I'd like to thank all the viewers who've supported the show for the last 5 years. As John said, it's always corny to thank the cast, but I really do want to thank the cast because it's a very special collection of actors that we have on the show, and the crew, because they never get a mention, and this crew needs a mention, and they work tirelessly with great humour. I would like to thank my mother and father and my darling Kate. Thank you very much.
I know when you're very busy, because you told me, when I started talking to you initially about Sister Act yesterday, and you said, well, I've done 15 other movies since that time. You're very busy also.
Humble little thing, aren't I? Okay.
But you write, you do a lot of theatre, and you've won many awards for theatre as well, and writing, and you also do character voices, don't you? I mean, what I love is the Sister Mary Patrick voice.
Yes.
And you have a little mantra or something to get you into the character?
Well, whatever character that I do, if it's a different voice, I also play Peggy Hill on King of the Hill, which is, I think, just starting out here. It's an animated TV show. Yeah. And it's hard to get them all straight in your head, so I say a little thing. Like for Sister Mary Patrick, I would say to myself, before they said action, I would say, I love everything, I really do. And then that sort of got me into it. And then for Peggy Hill, she's more like Texas, and I don't know why I picked this sentence, but I say, every day I have to wake up and take another goddamn shower. And that was... That sort of gets me into it. So,
it gets you into it.
Or drugs. Sometimes I just pop.
I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you don't. You don't have. You're a naturally happy, vivacious, vivacious person.
Sometimes, yeah.
And well, you should be very happy because it's August 8th. You're getting hitched to your partner.
I'm getting married to
Dan.
my husband, right there. Yeah.
Dan, who
Dan
is.
Trinity.
And you have on this trip, you've got your little baby, Samia.
Yeah.
It's only, what, 16 months?
Yeah, she's 16 months old. So.
And between Samia and Dan, who used to be a member of Stomp,
yes.
It must be really quite noisy, yeah?
Yeah, well, with the pots and pans, they wear down a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you all seen Stomp? It was here for a while,
Yeah. How long were you with them, Dan? 1 year. A whole year. I say, how long are you... See, the years go up for a year of Stomp, you know?
That's true.
But, yeah, so that's exciting for you?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay.
It's a good year.
Yeah. Well, look, let's go on to the next one here. Most popular actress this time?
Okay. Nominations for the most popular actress are...
She's a 16-year-old
Belinda Emmett.
who's been
Network 7.
Oh, God, again and again and again. And she's fighting back the only way she knows how. That's not wicked, Dad, it's tragic. She desperately needed somewhere to stay. But the only way that we could get you to take her in was to show you how well she could play the piano. Because then she became interesting and worthwhile. Just like I was when I was her age.
I don't have to...
Dad, no, this is how I feel. I wasn't your daughter, I was your daughter the pianist. And okay, maybe I'm just as bad being caught up in Casey the pianist. But I care about her as a human being as well.
Rebecca Gibney, 9 Network.
No, things are happening and I'm making them happen.
Get in the lift.
Let me call someone for you.
Get in the lift.
Daniel!
Now get out of here before I hurt you as well.
I called Fiona.
What did she say? Is she all right?
I should have been here. We tried to snap her neck.
Lisa McCoon, 7 Network.
I think so.
What must? She was hanged in the 17th century for the murder of her father. On the scaffold, she asked the hangman to not hang her high for the sake of her decency.
Yeah, I remember.
Does it get you going? It does, doesn't it? Mate, look at me. Okay, I'm sorry. And people change. I've changed. And we can change everything at work for you. You just got to trust us. Come on.
Christy Wright, 7 Network.
Get your ride back. Just tell everyone we had an argument before we reached the house. You know, I feel sorry for him now, but last night I wanted him to die. I wanted him to die.
Catherine McClements, 9 Network.
They ask me what I do, and I say I'm a cop. And then they run a mile, or they go on about what pigs we are, or they start rabbiting on about handcuffs and bondage.
Well, that's no reason you have to tell them the truth.
Do you think they won't shoot you? Hey? I saw Melanie Shields on the slab today. And I know what you did to your wife. You think I don't want to blow your brains out? You think I won't do it? Hey, you think I won't do it?
All beautiful. The award goes to Lisa McCune, 7 Network.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. I just want to firstly say how honoured I feel to be in a group of women who I respect and admire so much. Thank you to all the people who have watched and supported Blue Healers in this country. It's been quite overwhelming. I'd like to thank Channel 7, Southern Star, Hal McElroy, Rick Pellizzeri, Gus Howard, David Clark, and the very wonderful cast. An amazing crew. It's already been mentioned, Martin mentioned that, but once again, thank you. It's an honour to be here.
Congratulations to Lisa, last year's Gold Logie Award winner and this year's Popular Female Award winner. Listen, I want to thank you so much for being here, and I think this is the best way to say goodbye to you. Okay, Kathy, you have a choice now. You can sit down and have a drink, or you can sit down and have a drink. It's your choice.
No music?
I don't think we've got it now.
Here we go.
Oh, God, we have.
Daryl, I think I will sit down and have a drink.
That's a great choice on the Logie game.
Thank you.
Steve Harper was the first big winner for 98. Then Stuart Casson took the lot as well. Monday, can Robert Davidson become Sale's third major winner of the year? He's gambling big bucks. Sale of the Century, 7 o'clock Monday on 9.
They're so happy.
Well, you know, there was that little IRS audit. $5 million? Hold it! IRS!
We're the cousins.
Surprise! Emma made your favorite dish. Long casserole. Indigestion?
You go, girl. We are plowing now.
Tim Allen, Kirstie Alley.
I'm just gonna go with the salad.
For richer or poorer.
Or I'll just eat this enormous wiener.
In New Idea, Fergie's hot new romance with her Italian count. But will they wed? Mark Hunter's cancer triumph. Meditation helped save my life. Has Jacko gone completely wacko? Now he's snatched his own daughter. The Trials of Troy Dan. Why TV's Outback adventurer nearly quit. Plus a true wartime love story for Anzac Day. And a free Mother's Day portrait for your family. Valued at $40. The Idea.
A vehicle is more stable when it's driven by 4 wheels because it has twice the traction. The all-wheel drive Subaru Liberty transfers power from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip. It's the ultimate safety feature. From $27,990, all-wheel drive Subaru Liberty. Designed for life.
Don't fall short of entertainment at your place on Tuesday night. We've kicked in to give you even more videos than ever before. Australia's funniest home videos, 7:30 Tuesday.
The TV Week Logie Awards are proudly sponsored by Hallmark.
Welcome back. It's suffice to say, today's technology is absolutely amazing, and one of the most recent innovations, of course, has been digital television. It's been touted as being bigger than when coloured came into Tellyland. It is quite fantastic, and we are very fortunate that tonight we are able to demonstrate digital television for you for the very first time in Australia. So what we're going to do, I will give Adrian, our director, the cue. If you would all like to look at the screens right now, we will now drop in to digital mode television. This is very exciting. Here we are. This is, well, of course, you know, the widescreen technology in digital is not really compatible with the existing television system we have, but we hope to improve upon that, and it's using mobile phone technology, which I think is really, well, and good, and without them. So there you go. That's just, no wonder the networks are clamoring to get that technology. That's quite something. That's going to be very exciting. 2001, we'll get it, or maybe never. I don't know. I think we will get it. It will be fun. Now, oh yes, it's. I did mention earlier that we might catch up with some past Logie winners. Very pleased to be able to introduce someone who is very elegant and looks as good now as she was when she was doing television all the time. She was a Gold Logie winner in 1970 and 1971. Please welcome Maggie Tabra.
Thank you. The nominations for the most outstanding achievement in documentary are The Big House, the ABC.
And it's always been hoped that a spell removed from family and friends and the community will give criminals the chance to rehabilitate their lives.
And all I could see is the place that reminded me like something out of a horror movie. Jeez, I shit myself.
In 10 short years, our prison population has almost doubled.
The Call of Kakadu 9 Network.
Ruled by the forces of nature, like Kakadu. Like many other smaller kingfishers, blue-winged kookaburras get most of their food from the dry forest floor. This time, it's caught the wallaby.
Marbo, Life of an Island Man, the ABC.
Those fish, the prawn, whatever is in that sea, belongs to me and my people.
Very few of us know much about the man, though his name is a household word. The islanders called him Koiki. Eddie's determination that his children should share the songs and the language of Mer drove him to set up the first black community school in Australia.
Today we are celebrating the life and the struggle of Eddie Mabo. For Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, he is a hero.
Rats in the Ranks, the ABC.
My only hope is that hacking votes for me an hourglass to give me a draw from a hat then. No, I can't guarantee that.
I have nothing in common with Neil McIntyre. I've got more in common with Gengis Khan than I have with Neil McIntyre.
And now we're faced with the fact that McIntyre might get the mayor's job and the community are going to suffer. It's a tradition, Leichhardt Council, that as soon as if there's a new mayor in and the old mayor's out, then you've got to hand the keys of office over on the night.
Tell my kids I'm sorry, the 7 Network.
I'm about to tell you how long you're going to jail for.
No, get down! Do as I say! Hands out in front of you!
I know I was drunk, but I was capable of driving.
Tell my kids I'm sorry!
And the winner is Rats in the Ranks, the ABC.
Thanks to Bob Connolly and Robin Anderson for producing Rats in the Ranks with Film Australia as part of its National Interest program. Thanks also to the ABC and Channel 4 in the UK and La 7 in France for pre-buying the program. And also thanks to Larry Hand and the Leichhardt councillors for letting you into our lives. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Chris and thank you to Maggie Tabra. Well, you know, Channel 9 has always had a reputation for poaching big stars, but here are 2 stars that have actually poached Channel 9. From the Channel 9 show, naturally, which is on the ABC, please welcome Roy and HG.
Good evening, everyone. Look, in the haste, I don't think Daryl has captured the mood of the room. Roy, how would you describe the atmosphere here tonight at the 40th Logies?
So far, very disappointing, isn't it?
Yes.
Very disappointing, but something can happen. There's just got to be some lighting of the wick, I think, for something magical to happen tonight. I mean, news has reached me that this may be perhaps, possibly, the final Logies ever. I don't believe it, but I think we have a duty to make sure the torch of Logies continues. Might I suggest, when Kenny comes out, and if he does the gambler,
I'm hoping he does.
That's the moment. That's the moment. Tables upheavaled. Fights breaking out. Ernie Don style. Let's give TV Week something to report so some poor bugger might buy the magazine and we'll have the Logies again. Let's torch this place.
And I must confess, Roy, I thought you were going to sum up the mood of the room in one word: electric.
Well, it is electric.
Yeah, sure. Now, we're here to present the nominations and dish out the loot for the most popular public affairs program. But before I read the nominations, can I say I'm absolutely furious that two important public affairs shows have been left off. Meet the Press. When is TV Week going to acknowledge Meet the Press? Oh, we're already into it.
We're already into it. We've had 60 minutes. Today tonight. Today, 9 Network, and a current affair, yes. 9 Network.
Now, you think there's one missing there too, don't you?
I think there are a couple missing. I think the 7:30 report, it's a joke the 7:30 report isn't here. I think talking footy should be here. Who's won?
Well, no surprises here. The man that cured back pain across Australia for the 50th time a fortnight ago. Please welcome Mr. Ray Martin, a current affair, 9 Network.
Thank you, my worst nightmare. We did cure back pain, I tell you. Thank you 2 weeks ago. Thank you very much indeed for this. At a current affair, we're honoured to win it. I think this is 4 years in a row we've won this, and so we're very pleased. I must say that news and current affairs programs at the moment are rating highly as we are, because I suspect Australians are worried with what's happening in our country at the moment. I think they are divided. And as a result, they're turning to news and current affairs programs. For that, we thank you, and we thank you. We plan on actually covering those issues that are dividing Australia at the moment as fairly as we possibly can. On behalf of about 80 people who work on a current affair, I thank you for this. Thanks very much.
Monday on A Current Affair, exposed the man who says he's saving Australia from Satan.
I rebuke you in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Now former followers lift the lid on his cult.
There was yelling and screaming.
I had to obey.
Exorcisms and mind control tearing families apart. Driving young people to suicide.
He's a really destructive man.
I want them stopped.
Plus at home with Australia's reluctant hero.
We think the world of him.
Danger and daring rescues just come with the job.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Nissan presents A Current Affair Monday.
Honey, sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving. Oh! Whoa!
Honey, you're on the wrong side of the road.
Dad, look out! You jerk! Oh! Must be his first time on a bike. Dad! Yeah? Who's up for a sandwich?
At Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a maximum no-claim bonus for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life.
For life? No matter how many accidents you have in the future.
Because good drivers shouldn't be penalised for bad luck, switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Lucky you're with Amy.
Keep on running.
Only Uncle Toby's new Energy White Bread is crammed with 15 carbohydrate-rich grains for extra energy. New Energy White Bread from Uncle Toby's.
That's my husband, Wayne. I've noticed a few changes in him lately. He's gone all Italian.
Ever since Pizza Hut brought out their new Bellissimo pizza.
Bellissimo.
He says, now that's what you call a real Italian-style pizza, with a real Italian-style crust. Now he thinks everything's Bellissimo. Even me! Oh.
The new Bellissimo from Pizza Hut. It's Italian for you beauty.
Congratulations. You must be very proud.
I am very proud. This is my beautiful wife.
Lovely wedding. Quite lovely. It's a bit rough, Charles calling his mother-in-law the old turkey. Everything's perfect. Well, not long now, eh?
Want to see a totally new way to get permanent hair color?
Breakthrough to Hydrians, the first water-based cream colour from Clairol. Hydrians deeply saturates every strand with moisture-rich colour to completely cover grey.
I never knew it could be so gentle.
Now there's Hydrians.
And the winner of the Coles TV Week Logie Awards competition is Jacqueline Miller of Semaphore Park, South Australia. Congratulations, Jacqueline. You've won $10,000 in Logie's gold bullion thanks to TV Week and Coles.
Okay, all right. No, 38 years ago, a national contemporary music show turned Saturday night television into the hottest show in the country. Its whole personality, its popularity was due to its broad range of music, and it featured some of the many, many Australian pop rock idols. It was simply called Bandstand.
Thank you, vast unseen television audience.
The host of the program was Brian Henderson. He was described in those days as a nice man who was quiet and respectable. Unlike 6 O'Clock Rock, which was broadcast around about the same time, Bandstand was glossy, clean-cut and sophisticated. It is best remembered for introducing new Australian acts to the music scene, many of whom became legends, including the Bee Gees, Easy Beats, Little Patty, and of course the great Billy Thorpe. Other artists featured on Bandstand were Johnny Farnham, the Allen Brothers, Judy Stone, Cole Joy, Helen Reddy, Lucky Star, and the Deltones. But without a doubt, the greatest rocker from that period became an Australian icon, a singer loved by all who lived life on the edge and performed his music to the max. 21 years ago, Johnny O'Keefe left the music scene forever, but he also left us a legacy of great memories and great music. Tonight, we salute him and say thank you, JOK.
I'm counting on you. 1, 2, 3. Let's rock and roll. Short black hair makes her look so sweet. Clap your hands. My baby's pretty from her head to her feet. She is my baby and I want you to know I'm gonna keep her 'cause I love her so because she's my baby. Gonna keep her for my own. Everybody, she's my baby and I love her so. She's my baby, never let her go. She's my baby and I need her so. Love a little honey, won't you please be mine? Ladies and gentlemen, would you join in and sing along with the great JOK? Well, I can't do nothing with the blues I got, but sing, sing, sing. I guess the only thing to keep me from blowing the top is to sing, sing, sing. I'm gonna sing a little song that has a rockin' beat. I'm gonna sing, 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 sing. Let us tell my troubles to the friends I meet. I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. Everybody sing away the trouble. Let's be happy and gay. Let's shout hallelujah. Sing your blues away. You feel downhearted. Come on, join me in my song. And tell the blues so long. Come on, girls, and tell the blues so long. You know you make me wanna shout, throw my hands up and shout, kick my heels back and shout, throw my hair back and shout. Come on now, say now, a little bit softer now, a little bit softer now, a little bit louder 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 now. Hey, 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 Now wait a minute. What do you think of it so far, Kenny? I feel.
Carey's going the full Monty, 8 o'clock Tuesday on 9.
Just how complete is your home loan? Does it give you a low rate of 5.99% per annum, guaranteed for the first year to get you off to a good start? Nope. Does it let you redraw your extra repayments if you get sick or lose your job? Perhaps not.
My home loan does all those things because it's from the bank.
Zoom into the Grace Brothers Easter sale now for a huge 50% off all DKNY women's clothing. The Grace Brothers Easter sale ends soon. At our Easter sale, you'll get
great prices and more. That's your Grace Brothers store.
One of the most difficult decisions about buying a new vehicle is what color to choose. Drive the new Freelander and you can change it whenever you like.
Being Australian means helping others. It's in our blood, in our hearts. So every year we get behind the red shield. Who'll come if the salvos don't? Please dig deep for Red Shield 98. Thank God for the salvos.
Look, I don't understand why you pay less for health insurance premiums and I pay more.
Well, I've agreed to pay an excess.
Not excess, you pay less.
Yeah, but if I go to hospital, I pay an excess then, so I pay less now.
More then and less now.
Yeah, and you pay more now and less then. Understand?
Yeah. More or less.
Medibank Private's excess options are another way to select and save. Join now for immediate cover.
Sure?
I feel better now.
It's now our 10th week without rain. Doesn't look like the heat's going to let up just yet.
Marge, the rains are here.
McCain Super Juicy Corn Cobbets, specially grown to be super juicy. So juicy they're simply bursting with flavour. Ah, McCain, you've done it again.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Crown Palladium. Wasn't that number before the break? Didn't that get... That really got to the... Whoa. As I was saying, welcome back to Crown Palladium, where, of course, we had the awards last year. We also had the after parties here. And before I forget, the Lost Property Department of the hotel asked if I would give something back in case the person is here. They gave me these and wondered if anyone would like to claim these from last year. Oh, hang on, it's got a tag on it. Just as well, it's got a tag. Jim Whaley. Jim Whaley, if you'd like to claim these later, I'll hold them for you. Thank you, Jim. Another side of his life we don't know about. Must do that on a Saturday because he works on a Sunday. It's lovely to have a Neighbours star with us. This lovely lady is going to come out before you right now wearing a dress that is unbelievable. It is $2.5 million worth of dress. Although I believe, girls, next week it's at Portman's, it's reduced to 2.1. Get down there. Nicola Charles from Neighbours is with a man who's probably been in the news more than any other news reader over the past year. It just seems like every week something's happening to, from the Footy Show, Sam Newman and Nicola Charles. Let's make them welcome.
Well, now, Nicola, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Sam.
You look $1 million. Or have I devalued you? Maybe it's $2 million.
Actually, it's more like 2.5 million.
And why is it worth that much?
Probably because you're not wearing it.
Working beautifully.
Anyway, we'll get on to the nominations
hang on.
for the most popular comedy program.
Who's that over there? Why is that man there?
Which
Who's
man?
that?
That's Gary. He's looking
Gary.
after me for the evening.
Is he? Hello, Gary.
And who's that over there?
Hello, Gary. This is Bettina.
Right, and who's Bettina looking after?
I think herself. And hopefully me after the show.
Yeah, that'll be right. Anyway,
Hello, Gary.
best
How are you?
nominations for most popular comedy program are Book It, 7 Network.
Have you?
No. I am the doctor.
Uh-oh.
I am Hurundi Khan, exchange medical practitioner from Bangladesh.
What do they exchange you for, a tractor?
Club Buggery, the ABC.
Down the end of the backyard, over the back fence. G'day, brother and sister Australian. He's not going to be Australian and not bloody Asian or bloody Arab. French. French! Oh, yeah, French. And not New Zealand.
That'll be the thing that I
that'll be the thing I When you get a bit of a fag, you sort of loosen up a little bit, huh? Yeah, so you say, go on, get him off, that was a forward pass!
Frontline, the ABC.
I'm Mike Moore. Welcome to Frontline. I've got a time for that. That's about enough?
Yep.
We're coming to you from the tiny Aboriginal community of Nungoona. We're here to examine the growing and serious problem of Aboriginal health. What's next?
Nice check. What, is that it? You're not showing any more on Aboriginal health?
Well, I mean, there's other issues that we have to deal with, Andrew, that are just as important. What's next?
Australia's luckiest punter.
Full Frontal, 7 Network.
Harsh fact of life. Every year in Australia, thousands of children are born with a tragic disability. They are born clumsy. What are the children like when they first come to you?
Oh, tragic. Always tripping over things, spilling food on their clothes, walking into things.
And what do you do?
Well, first of all, we have a pretty good laugh. We do get a lot of support.
From the government?
No, from Funniest Home Videos.
I don't know why, but I think I'm going to let Sam do the honours.
Give me this. And the winner is Gary and Bettina and Nicola.
Full Frontal, 7 Network.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Sam.
Congratulations.
You talk, Dad.
Thank you very much. Here we are again. Thank you, Readers of TV Week. Thank you, Channel 7, for your support over 5 years of Full Frontal, 4 years of Fast Forward. Thank you in particular to Jackie Cullerton, Alan Bateman, Gary Rice and Chris O'Mara. Andrew Knight and Steve Isaac from Artist Services, thank you for continuing to employ us. Anthony Watt and Brendan Luno, the producers you see behind me, who took over from me last year and did a better job, much to my horror. And finally, our wonderful cast, writers and crew, and the sexiest director alive, Mr. Ted Emery.
Thank you. I'd just like to thank everyone who's ever lived in the history of human civilization, because without them we wouldn't be here tonight. Thank you.
And I'd like to say thank you too, because I think it's terrific that this is most popular axed comedy program. So, welcome to showbiz. Full Frontal is dead. Long live Full Frontal. Bring back Ellen. We all need role models. We all need role models. Bring it back.
I'm not wearing any underpants.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
40 years you've waited for this, haven't you?
Well, that, no. Is that really you?
No, I've got 2 chalk stuffed down the
Yes.
front.
How are you, love?
I'm really
Actually,
well.
you do. You look fabulous. You look great.
Thank you. I went to the doctor the other day.
What did he say?
He said I got the body of an 18-year-old woman.
What about the 50-year-old bum?
He didn't mention you.
Okay, all right. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Denise starts her own show tomorrow, 4:30 on the 7 Network. Best of luck, love. Hope you kill it.
Thank you. And while you're here,
Well,
just so
celebrate.
you feel at home, and I'm going to have a 7
All the
Up.
best for tomorrow. Good on you. A what?
A 7 Up.
Oh, all right. Now, the nominations for the most popular light entertainment program are Hey Hey It's Saturday, the 9 Network.
Then we have in Melbourne tonight, the 9 Network also.
Who Dares Win, 7 Network.
And Midday with Kerry Ann, 9 Network again.
You can do the winner?
Yeah, let me.
There you go.
Oh, it's Hey Hey It's Saturday, the 9 Network. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, gee, that's quite a shock, but I want to say thank you very much to all of the people, or the Channel 9 Publicity Department who voted for us, and and all of the readers of TV Week who took the time to vote for us. I'd like to acknowledge the work of all at the Hey Hey team, Summers Carroll. Also, I should also thank Jo Beth Taylor, who contributed a lot to getting this award last year. And welcome Lavinia Nixon, who just saw then to our team. But it's a lot of work, a lot of hard work. We try and stretch the boundaries of the show every year, just so we'll stay on. And this is, I guess, to win something like this is even more valuable after the show's been on as long as it has. Thank you very, very much. I think we might go to a break. Thank you, Pammy. We just got a shot of you too. Pam Barnes, our producer, and Tom McLean, and I could do a Cuba Gooding here. Yeah, and all the gang in the office. Yeah, what about it? Oh yeah, what about Regina? What about all of them? On the
You can do it. A new-look kitchen without breaking the bank. Try your hand at Tapestry. Check out the latest gizmos and gadgets and relax with the ultimate laid-back lifestyle.
You've got the beach down the road, you've got the pool.
Our House, 7:30 Wednesday on 9.
Australians love their sport, and soon you'll have an opportunity to play an even bigger part in it. The New South Wales government is about to sell shares in the New South Wales TAB. Reserve your share offer document now by calling 1-800-356-888. The New South Wales TAB public share offer. The race is on for a piece of the action.
If you've just lost your maximum no-claim bonus, having held it for the last 3 years with no claims, Amy will give it back.
No wonder they call it the lucky country.
To keep what you've earned, switch to Amy now.
To bring out the kid in yourself, or scare the pants off you, or spin you out with a close encounter, don't go past a movie from Civic Video. Cause love the movie or swap it free. That's the Civic Video guarantee. All-wheel drive Daihatsu Terios from $17,990 with free air conditioning. Cool, eh? All-wheel drive Terios from Daihatsu. That's who.
To apply for shares in the New South Wales TAB, you'll need a share offer document. It has all the details, including the application form. To reserve one, call 1-800-356-888. The race is on for a piece of the action.
While we're at it, I'd like to acknowledge the fine work done by Chong Lim and the orchestra at the Logies. They do a great job, the boys in the band. Chong Lim up there.
Hey, Daryl.
Good on you, Chongy. Hey. Great job they do every year. Oh, and while I'm at it, I'd like to thank a trumpet player who is a terrific trumpet player sitting in with the band tonight, Samuel L. Jackson. Great to have you in, Samuel. Way to go. He's the man. Yeah. Whoa. They're good. All right, to a very lovely lady now, who left Channel 2 to join SBS. She's on World News at 9, Indira Naidu.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be with you here tonight in front of a national television audience, only slightly bigger than the one that I'm used to at SBS. Well, last year was dominated by several major stories. One that captured our hearts and hopes was the tragedy at Thredbo and the inspiring rescue of Stuart Diver. Aboriginal reconciliation was put back on the national agenda by the Howard government's WIC legislation and the report into the stolen generation of Aboriginal children. And the Travel Rorts affair put some of our federal politicians uncomfortably in the spotlight. Some of these stories are reflected in the subject matter of the final 3 nominations for the most outstanding achievement in news. They are Thredbo Tragedy, 7 Network.
This is what Thredbo Village woke to this morning. A sheer cliff carved through 20 people's lives.
That the Alpine Way, which is where the collapse initially occurred, which swept the 2 lodges away, the Corinth onto the Bimbadeen, is an old road.
I was in the lodge next door to the 2 that pancaked onto each other.
We pray for this community of Thredbo, which will never be the same after the heartrending events of this last week.
Travel Rorts, 9 Network.
The cover-up that led to the sacking of the Minister for Administrative Services now involves the highest office in the land. It involves the Prime Minister's office. He should be considering his position tonight.
Let's be absolutely clear on this. These events today would not be happening but for an article by Laurie Oakes.
It was the walk to the gallows. David Joel, cheeks puffed out, head down, tramped sadly towards the House of Representatives and the end of his ministerial career.
Thredbo Tragedy, Network 10.
Disaster struck Australia's premier ski resort just before midnight.
as the landslide tore down the slope, slamming into the Corinna Ski Lodge. The wreckage then hurtling into the Bimbadeen Staff Lodge below, flattening it. In a few unthinkable moments, a winter playground became a scene of devastation.
Buried more than 2 metres below the collapsed ski lodges, ski instructor Stuart Diver desperately clinging to life.
Stuart Diver has been freed. He is now sitting up on the site. A stretcher is being ferried to him as we speak. He should be in the medical centre, we hope, in a very short time. I'm hoping you can see these pictures. They are wonderful pictures.
And the award goes to Threadboat Tragedy 7 Network, to be collected by Ann Sanders and Ross Simons.
In accepting this award, we must remember those who didn't survive the Thredbo landslide, and the rescuers and their strength of will, and the one man who did survive, Stuart Diver, and capturing that incredible moment when Stuart was freed, a dedicated Channel 7 news crew striving for news excellence.
Of course, coverage of this award requires the tremendous support of a large team of people, which we had at the time, including, as you saw in that clip, our very own reporter Glenn Milne, who was on the spot for the tragedy. In fact, he was in a lodge right next door to where it happened. And also, of course, our wonderful colleagues at Channel 7 for providing their tremendous support. It's just been an honour to receive this award. And of course, we can't forget the millions of people who watched as well. So for all of you people, for all of you, this is for you.
Thank you very much.
You look lovely.
Thank you, Ray.
No hair jokes?
Yeah. Sorry.
How's your grandmother?
My grandmother is very well. We've spoken about her before and she sends her best.
Great. And your mother?
Mum's well, but she's voting for me.
I voted for John Wood.
And John Wood probably voted for me.
Story of my life. This next segment features Logie winning reporters. And they say good journalism is about asking the right questions. Sometimes when you ask the right question, you get the wrong answer.
You have killed a spy with that gun?
Yes, several spies we have killed.
And sometimes you yourself would be the executioner?
Yes.
How would you execute that man?
We execute the man like this.
Just cut there, mate.
For these years, of course, in the past, Sir Robert, you have been described as a racist.
Have I?
I have read this, yes.
Well, if I were not described as a racist, I'd be the only public man who hasn't been. That's one of these jargons, isn't it? One of these mod words. You call a man a racist.
This program, for instance, presented compelling evidence that you accepted bribes.
Yana, you know very well that you've got your foot on the sticky paper. You're trying to make the most of it, to make your sort of reputation and name and get people to look at it. But then I wouldn't expect anything else from you, Yana, by your record, as I've seen it recently.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, you work it out for yourself.
As a betting man, would you back yourself to get there?
Would I
back yourself to get to the Prime Ministership?
I don't think that's a question that you'd expect me to answer, Mike, and I'm not going to.
Are you xenophobic? Please explain. Xenophobia means a fear of all things foreign.
But now to Brisbane and Mr. Bob Hawke. Mr. Hawke, could I ask you whether you feel a little embarrassed tonight at the blood that's on your hands?
You're not improving, are you? I thought you'd make a better start to the year than that. It's a ridiculous question, you know it's ridiculous.
Well, let me ask you face to face what every Australian would ask you. Did you kill Azaria?
No way.
Why do people stop us in the street almost and tell us that Margaret Thatcher isn't just inflexible, she's not just single-minded, on occasion she's plain pig-headed?
and won't be told by
Would
anyone.
you tell me who has stopped you in the street and said that?
Ordinary Britons.
Where?
In conversation.
But I thought
in
you'd just
pubs.
come from Belize.
Oh, this is not the first time we've been here.
Will you tell me who and where and when?
Ordinary Britons in restaurants, in
How many?
cabs.
How many?
I would say at least 1 in 2.
I'm sorry, it's an expression I've never heard.
I'm actually not as big as people think, because I'm a tiny little person, and I'm small-boned, and I'm just over-exaggerated. You'd be amazed to know how tiny they really are.
May I ask?
No, you can't. Up yours, Lester.
I reject that, and if you continue along that line, this will be the end of the program.
Well, Mr. Gallagher,
You be very careful.
Mr. Gallagher, I just refer you to today's vision.
No more, all right? He's blacklisted like his brother, all right?
Right, can I just ask you a simple question as an example of this? If I buy a birthday cake from a cake shop and GST is in place, do I pay more or less?
To give you an accurate answer, I need to know exactly what type of cake to give a detailed answer. I mean, if it's just a cake from the cake shop that is not presently subject to sales tax, it will not attract the GST.
But isn't
But
that...
if it is a cake shop, it's cake from a shop that has sales tax and it's decorated and candles, as you say, that attract sales tax, then of course we scrap the sales tax before the GST.
Okay, but
Pretty clear answer there. Michael Willis, are you available to ask the same question of John Howard this year? Should we have an election? I think so.
All right, the nominations for the most outstanding achievement in public affairs are Valentine's Day, Australian Story, the ABC.
Your own flesh and blood slowly sink. And that's what heroin does.
Before I knew it, I was in a cab on the way to Cabramatta. Once we arrived there, we had spent $2,000 on heroin.
And nobody supported me. Nobody!
Showdown in Emerald, Sunday, 9 Network.
And we work in a rough environment, and apart from coal miners, a lot of us are bushies. And this sort of treatment deserves a smack in the nose.
There's activity at a neighbouring house. An unidentified man appears. He's carrying a two-way radio and more than likely has a pistol in that bag around his waist. This could easily have ended in disaster.
What you are doing is very un-Australian.
Because this town can't afford to lose 328 workers. It's as simple as that.
Where does the buck stop? Four Corners, the ABC.
Captain David Burke was the pilot of Black Hawk 2. The flight lead, Captain Kel Hales, was in Black 1. It was his first time out leading a squadron on a nighttime counter-terrorist mission. The 30-second call was given earlier than in the day rehearsal, and the pilots couldn't see their targets.
Come right, come right, come right. And he was screaming, and it just... I knew something was wrong then.
The first blade cut through their fuel tank. Petrol spewed into the aircraft and down onto the hot metal of Black 1 beneath them.
And the award goes to Where Does the Buck Stop? Four Corners, the ABC.
When I joined the Four Corners team yesterday, I had no idea I'd be dragooned into action so quickly. On behalf of Liz Jackson, I'd like to thank very much whoever nominated this award and voted for it, because Four Corners obviously is the benchmark by which all public and current affairs programs judge themselves. Thank you very much.
You can go that way. No, this way. Follow instructions. The who's who of Four Corners. After the break, we have something really special for you in a moment.
Darling, you went out for milk 3 days ago. Come home now.
Introducing the all-new Accord with the genius of VTEC from 36,850.
Madonna. In a world of a million stars, she's without peer. Madonna returns with her new single, Frozen. And now her brilliant #1 album, Ray of Light. Madonna, the #1 Australian album, Ray of Light.
G'day, Ron. Free.
New Craft Free. It's 97% fat-free. Craft Free, the lowest fat cheese slice.
Sorry, look.
Last time, you experienced what it was like to be a fugitive.
I did not do what they said I did.
But if you thought the chase was over...
Still at large, he's armed, dangerous.
You've got another thing coming.
What do you intend to do?
Catch him. Warner Brothers Pictures and the producers of The Fugitive invite you back for another run. Tommy Lee Jones.
Let's go home.
Wesley Snipes.
Nah, you go home.
U.S. Marshals.
The musical of a lifetime is here. In a brilliant new production every Australian must see. The legend lives on in The Boy from Oz at Her Majesty's Theatre. Book now.
Everybody says this is a great time to buy.
I think it's the right time to do something.
For low home loan rates that look after you today, with all the flexibility you need for tomorrow, call the National on 13 13 12.
The TV Week Logie Awards are proudly sponsored by Hallmark.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the 40th Annual TV Week Logie Awards, Bert Newton.
Look, I won't top that. I'll see you later on. Thanks. Just a message. Daryl had a second gig to go to. He wants to thank you very much indeed. And he'll see you next year. It's a great show. Great show tonight. Daryl is doing a fantastic job. Wonderful job. So as you can see, it's not really all that good news for me, but still not to worry. Main reason for being here is I just want to go out on Sunday night again and... have a look around. I've just worked it out. The last time I went out the Sunday night, it was the Billy Graham Crusade in 1961. I realise that my wife is in the audience this evening, but I've just been told she's sitting with my producer, Leanne Mercer, which is good news. You never let your wife and your producer get together, but it's happened tonight. I want to pay tribute to this wonderful woman who's the light of my life and the wind beneath my wings. Also, Patty, too, has been wonderful. I'm here for a very special reason tonight, and that is the Hall of Fame, and to talk about the inductee into the Hall of Fame. Let me start by saying that Izzy Dye is more than a great singer. Of course, I jest. We're talking about the most significant performer that Australian television has produced. And it's very, I mean, under normal circumstances with the Hall of Fame, you'd give a couple of little clues as to who it is, that all of a sudden you announce the name. In this particular case, As soon as I say just that, the most important performer Australian television has produced, you realise about whom I'm speaking. Graham Cyril Kennedy. One of the great thrills of my life is that I am one of Graham's oldest friends. I knew him long before television came to Australia. And just for those of you who are not old enough to remember those years when IMT began, it was an extraordinary performance by an extraordinary young man. He'd come from radio. His partner, Nicky, had died very suddenly just prior to the opening of television. And a lot of the alleged experts said that that was the end of Graham Kennedy. Now, of course, we realise it was just the beginning. A lot of people say, what makes Graham so special? I haven't got the answer, except, apart from his talent, there's something that happens between Graham and the camera. And then all of a sudden, in lounge rooms right around Australia, and had he chosen, I believe, television sets right around the world, you see a man who in comedy and comparing is a genius. I've always believed that in theatre there was Roy Reane, in radio there was Jack Davey and Bob Dyer, in television there was Graham Kennedy. He's an extraordinary bloke to work with. Apart from being such a fine performer, we had a lot of fun. I was thinking maybe the best thing to do is just to give you an example of the sort of humour that he enjoys and displays, even away from the camera. Many years ago when we were working together, there was one line of comedy which I sometimes got into, which got huge laughs, but obviously it concerned Graham. And one night after the show, he said, come and have a beer, I want to talk to you about something. He said, look, I wonder if you wouldn't mind doing that particular line of comedy because it upsets Mum. I said, oh, sure, I won't do it. So I didn't do it. Until 7 years later, I happened to drop in a line of this particular style of comedy. There was a huge laugh, and he whispered in my ear, Mum still watches. He's the sort of performer, for those of you who didn't see his early years, you really have missed something. Perhaps together we should enjoy the great entertaining style and comedy genius of the King.
Your Majesty! Don't sneak up on me like you dropped all my dinner, you frightened hell out of me. Pick up my dinner. Your Majesty. Pick it up again. Pick all my dinner up. Pick up my dinner. Pick that up at once. Our king is talking.
If you don't pick that up, Bert, you won't be in the next series.
He's handling those crush nuts brilliantly, Bob. There's the inevitable cherry, brilliantly done.
And here it comes.
Whose little poon is that?
Gay-gays.
And whose little ball is that?
Gay-gays.
And whose little porridge is that?
Mamas.
Well, and I've weathered all the storms in the television industry. This station has asked me to announce that the report of a bomb being planted in Studio 9 here in the studio audience has been deemed a false alarm. So I'll just say... Our comedy items range in quality from extremely subtle, like this.
Well, I'm afraid there doesn't seem to be much I can do, sir. I don't think we can arrange an aircraft to fly at your time.
No aircraft? Oh, good heavens above, I'll just have to do it the hard way. to the ultimate in satire like this.
This is Graham with his Molly riding on the head tea. Now I put it in an envelope.
Fuck you, Lord.
Right. So I've written with the Molly on the head tea. Now pass me an envelope.
Fuck you, Lord.
All right, I'll get it myself.
So, let's get on with the show.
Dick turned a bend in the road, you see. Dick did. Then Dick went down this big hill, you see.
Dick down.
Dick...
Yes? No.
Dick did. So then Dick saw the stagecoach coming, you see.
A stagecoach coming to Dick?
Dick did.
Good.
Dick did. So Dick went riding up to the stagecoach, you see.
Yes.
Dick did.
Yeah.
Then Dick did a double somersault, but Dick fell off his horse.
Dick did a double.
Clever Dick. Anyway.
Use them twice a week, and don't forget Seedor's hair conditioner, will you? Because it really works wonders on damaged hair. It is very simple. What did you mean by that?
Oh, a little tiny... I couldn't resist. I did a little crow noise there.
Noah went to the top of the mountain and said in a loud voice, Lord. Lord? Lord! Noah went to... No, not now. Noah went to the top of the mountain. Noah, from the biblical Noah, from the Old Testament, went to the top of the mountain, and he said in a loud voice, Lord, there's a flood coming. Should I build an And do you know what? Noah didn't do live television for a long time.
Without you, cruel world, goodbye. I had bitter tears and sorrow. I think I'm gonna cry. Hey, without you, lover, I'm the least. Hey, without you, beauty, I'm the beast. I'm dead. He's done. I'm gone. Deceased without her. Without you. Without you. Without you. Without you.
Graham's not here this evening. I accept the award on his behalf. I know he'd like me to thank some people. There are hundreds of them, of course, because of the long career he's enjoyed in television. But I've particularly gone back to the early years when television began and Graham Kennedy gave it such a wonderful kickstart here in Australia. Norm Spencer, the first program director of Channel 9 in Melbourne, who gave Graham the gig. His early producer, Tom Miller. I hope Tom is watching this evening. Three people very important to Graham, who unfortunately are no longer with us. The late Colin Bednall, who was the first general manager of Channel 9 in Melbourne, who was a close personal friend and mentor for Graham. The late Happy Hammond, who died just recently. They were friends for many years. They worked together on radio, and Happy was a great help to Graham, a mentor once again. And also, of course, Eric Pearce. So Eric and Graham were wonderful friends. I know he'd like me to thank his comedy team too. Once again, so many people who worked in the comedy sketches over the years, but it would be remiss of me on Graham's behalf not to mention Rosie Sturgis, the wonderful Rosie Sturgis, Johnny Ladd, who went on to become his comedy producer, Frank Rich, Patty. Graham always described Patty as the best young female sketch worker in the business. And last but not least, I know that Graham this evening would want me to thank Joff Allen. I hope Joff is watching. Joff is well into his 80s. He was the original comic in Melbourne tonight, and he was an inspiration for Graham. So on his behalf, I thank Joff a boy. Graham once said to me, as you know, he named the Logies. He once said to me, if only I'd call them the Grahams, he said, because that would be my piece of immortality. He doesn't need that. His legend will live on. So on behalf of Graham, I accept the Hall of Fame. Long live the King, and I'm sure, just as you feel, I like the boy.
Tuesday.
This is the stuff of the sewer, Elvis.
In the game of politics, there's a question of ethics.
You can fool some of the people some of the time, sweetheart.
This is blackmail, McGuinness.
No, this is politics.
A game where it pays to know your enemies.
Come on, Frank.
Father Conroy should not be standing. That'll leave the race to you, wouldn't it?
When loyalty crosses the line.
You will decide to trust me.
I don't need your help.
Good guys, bad guys.
I got ethics.
9:30 Tuesday on 9.
Cool fruits from SPC. There's natural fruit and natural juice. For the coolest fruit flavours around, Cool Fruits from SPC.
It can't be done. The strapper's right. He's meaner than a Tyson fight. How do you feel?
Dig your heels in. Hold on tight. You've tamed a ton of dynamite. How do you feel? I feel like a two-ace. I feel like a two-ace. I feel like a two-ace or two.
A healthcare message from Amcal.
These days, it seems that more people are looking to alternatives when it comes to healthcare. There are certainly a lot more natural remedies, herbal medicines and vitamin supplements on the market. But which ones are right for you, if any at all? Don't just guess and choose from the shelf. Ask for professional advice.
This message was brought to you by Amcal, in the interest of better healthcare.
Things have changed a lot since I retired. We got more time to shop around. That's why we decided on Australian Pensioners Insurance. They offered lower rates and new for old replacement. But better still, they treat you like you count.
If you're over 55 and no longer working full-time, there is a company that gives you understanding, not just insurance. Call Australian Pensioners Insurance Agency. 24 hours, 7 days a week on 132 555.
World champion at 15!
It took me 2 times to look up at the board and to realise what I'd just done.
We were just so proud of his achievements and what he had done for his country. Every time he's been away, he's come back taller. Went away with pants that fitted and came home with pants that were halfway up his legs. From the time he was born, he loved milk. I couldn't give him enough. But I wish you wouldn't drink out of the carton.
On one magical night,
I heard about your miracle.
2 people's lives
Oh my God.
will forever be changed.
Just squeeze my hand if you hear me.
Expect a miracle.
I think it would be great if she were to marry me.
ER 8:30 Thursday on 9.
Welcome back.
Just want to say how nice it was to see Bert on the Logies again. He is the master. For the benefit of those people who may not win an award tonight, you may think, oh, gee, I didn't win a Logie. There are other ways around it.
Thought of making your own Logie? Well, you can, and it's simple, really. I like to start with the base, and for that, I want to use a nice old piece of redwood. So just pop down to your local rainforest and pick yourself a tree. I like to use something about 300 or 400 years old. Now, whittle that old boy right down, and there you have your base. Well, there's the base. I've already routed it, and now I'm going to give it a couple of coats of polyurethane, and then I'll be able to attach the top. Now, for the statuette, you're going to need a combination of base metals, such as copper, lead, and tin. Now, if you don't have any of those lying around the house, simply pop out to your nearest open-cut mine. Oh, that'll do nicely. Next, heat your metals until they melt and then pour the alloy into the mould. Now it's time to join the Logie to its base, and I find the best thing for this is my trusty arc welding equipment. Well, there you go, your very own Logie, and it really is that simple. Now, next week I'll show you how to make a People's Choice Award from some old Women's Day magazines. Bye for now.
And now for two people who are very familiar with gold, not necessarily Logies, but certainly medals, two great Australian heroes, Susie O'Neill and Michael Klim.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Michael. How are you going? This is fairly different to the usual sports awards, I must say.
Yeah.
I'll get straight into it. The nominations for the most popular sports event are the Bathurst 1000 on the 7 Network,
AFL Grand Final, 7 Network,
ARL Grand Final on the 9 Network,
the Australian Tennis Open, the 7 Network. And the award goes to the AFL Grand Final on the 7 Network.
Thanks, Mike. I think Brooksy's meant to be up here with me too, but he might have got lost or overcome by two champions also on the stage. But it's just a privilege to be a part of the greatest game in the world, Aussie Rules. It's also an honour to work with one of the greatest sporting teams in television, headed up by Alan Bateman, Jeff Wheel and Gordon Bennett, and a team that's been well established over a long number of years. Thank you all very much, especially to the people who voted for the greatest game in Australia, and a special thought for a man who was one of the pioneers of football and televising football in this country, Alf Potter, who sadly passed away today. To Isabel and his family, we're thinking of you all. Thank you all very much.
Congratulations to Sandy and Channel 7, and please thank Michael and Susie for being with us. And now it's a great pleasure to introduce Australia's third most famous dingo from the great outdoors, Ernie Dingo.
Good day, you fella. I'm the first plan of the 10-point. Couldn't bring the other 9 because my cousins thought if there was 10 of us up here, there'd be a whole blackout. Oh, I met the man backstage. Oh, every black fella in Australia is going to hate me now because I met Kenny Rogers. Yeah, you guys wouldn't understand that. I mean, you had Frankie Holden and all that sort of stuff. The nominations, ladies and gentlemen, for the most popular sports program are Wide World of Sports, 9 Network. Sports Tonight, Network 10. The Footy Show, ARL, 9 Network. And the Footy Show, AFL, 9 Network. And the award goes to the Footy Show, AFL, 9 Network.
Thank you very much, Ernie. Thank you, everybody who switches in at 9:30 on a Thursday night. And thank you to all the footballers who were represented tonight by Dermot Brereton, one of the great footballers turned entertainers in the caper. Well done, Dermot. To all the players who do a fantastic job week in, week out for us and give us something to talk about. We've got a fantastic team behind the scenes at Wide World of Sports. Gary Burns up in Sydney, of course, and Ian Johnson, who is the godfather of the Footy Show in Melbourne. Jono, thanks for all your support. To Steve, to Cos, to Ralph, Drew, Foxy, David, Amanda, Jane and Gary, thank you for all your support at the Footy Show office. To the players and Harvey who left over the summer, thank you for your support in helping us win this award. And of course to Trevor, the best one-liner in the caper, and Sam, who literally put his life on the line last year for the show. Thank you very much.
Shut up, you gibberish.
4 Logie nominations.
You've watched the show, now smell like it.
Not one single gone.
Stinks.
Is this the world's worst TV show?
No, I just make it up as I go along.
The Footy Show, Thursday on 9.
Guys, tomorrow night is the presentation dinner and I don't want anyone to embarrass the club. So I'm going to explain what all this silver stuff is for. Now, what do we eat this with?
Oh, I reckon you'd eat that with a fork, wouldn't you, Coach?
You use a spoon.
No, I reckon you'd eat that with a fork.
Spoon.
Fork.
Spoon.
Fork.
Brendan.
If you keep that up, mate, you're going to be eating yours with a straw. Use a fork.
Listen to the coach.
Look at that chunk. Look at that chunk, Coach.
Brendan.
Use a spoon.
Spoon.
Thanks, Boof. Fork.
Campbell's Chunky, the soup that eats like a meal.
Chinny, you back again? Yes, sir! Eating like crazy, sir! Haven't we been using Lamisol? No, sir! Deadly effective against nasty foot invasions. Because it kills the fungus, what causes the itch? Yes, sir! So, what are we going to get? Lamisol, sir!
Lamisol Cream, the tinea treatment that really kills the fungus.
So you want to get rid of itchy feet? Lamisol just can't be beat.
Only Ford Explorer has Control Track, a system that senses any loss of traction and automatically engages four-wheel drive. Ford Explorer, the intelligent four-wheel drive, from $39,990 drive away.
country, two people who are touring Australia at the moment. Incredibly, they have never sung together before. Individually, actually together, they have sold 120 million albums, which is quite amazing. They've really reached the top in their field, and I refer to the great Kenny Rogers and Reba McEntire. Let's make them welcome here at the Logie.
Just look at you, standing there. You never looked better than tonight, and it would be so easy to tell you I'd stay, like I've done so many times.
I was so sure this would be the night. You closed the door and wanted to stay with me. It would be so easy to tell you I'd stay, like I've done so many times. Don't fall in love with a dreamer, 'cause you'll always take you in. Just when you think you've really changed him, he'll leave you again. Don't fall in love with a dreamer,
'Cause he'll break you every time.
turn out the light.
Just hold on before we say
Now it's morning and the phone rings, and you say you gotta get your things together. You gotta try to leave before you change your mind.
If you knew what I was thinking, girl, I'd turn around. If you'd just ask me one more time. Don't fall in love with a dreamer, 'cause he'll always take you in. Just when you think you've really changed him, he'll leave you again. Don't fall in love with a dreamer, 'cause he'll break you every time.
Turn out the light.
Just hold on before we say goodbye. Before we say goodbye.
I was coming in, but I was going to come in slowly because I knew that the room would just love that performance.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
And now, Reba, you've had to learn, well...
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Isn't it funny how you've worked individually for so long and then you team up together and you find that there's really this magic chemistry, but it's really wonderful. I know, Reba, you had to learn all of Kenny's material though, is that right?
And I love it. Just to get to sing with Kenny is a thrill for me.
No, but we've been together, we've known each other for 15 years, I guess, and from award shows, but we've never sung together. This is the first television show we've ever done together, so it's kind of exciting.
Well,
thanks for having us.
You bet.
Now, you very wisely had a few days. I knew you arrived in Australia, you did all the publicity that you were going to do for the tour and what have you. Then you took a few days off before the tour. Did you do anything exciting during that time?
Well, you know, first of all, I don't know whether you guys really know what the American image of Australia is, but it's really wonderful because Crocodile Dundee, Paul Hogan, was a big thing over there for a while. But now there is a brand new Australian hero, and this is the crocodile hunter. I mean, he is the biggest thing in the States. Everybody loves him. So we came, I brought my new wife, and we came to Australia for the idea of looking at something really exciting.
Yes.
So we went out the other day and we rode Puffing Billy, and that was really a wonderful experience for us.
That's fantastic. That is lovely.
It was lovely.
That's great. You didn't actually get to ride it?
Well, actually, they were broken down for the first time in 23 years. But it was exciting, just standing next to Puffing Billy. That
that's great.
worked for me.
How about you, Reba? Did you?
Yeah, we went down to Phillip Island to have an intimate viewing of the huge penguins coming out of the water. And we did. We saw them with about 3,000 other people, and they were about that big.
Yeah.
Precious. They were precious.
They've shrunk a bit, but
Yes, they have.
they're nice. We have an award for you. Reba, maybe you'd like to
Sure.
read the nominations.
The nominations for the most popular program on Australian television are Hey Hey It's Saturday on 9 Network, Blue Heelers 7 Network, Water Rats 9 Network, Home and Away 7 Network, and Midday with Carrie Ann 9 Network.
And of course, the winner is, for the most popular television show, the award goes to Blue Heelers 7 Network.
Thank you very much. Thank you to, this is quite an honour to win this inaugural award. It's the first time. I'd really just like to thank the 3.5 million people that watch us every week, that turn us on and continue to turn us on week after week. And you don't know how lovely it is to be turned on by 3.5 million people on a weekly basis. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who works on the show again, and to say that we're very proud of this, and we'll see if the two of them can mate. We'll get all four of them together and see what we can do and make more Blue Heelers in about, more Logies in about 9 months' time. Thank you very much.
I'm just here to remind you that Blue Heelers is on Wednesday night at 8:30.
Congratulations to Blue Heelers, and would you also please thank Mr. Kenny Rogers and Reba McEntire. Very, very charming people to have on the show. A couple of bright stars on the horizon at the moment, and I'd like to think that she's not only gorgeous, but very, very talented. Lavinia Nixon, and she teams up with, from Neighbours, he's already been a nominee for the most popular actor tonight, Jesse Spencer.
Daryl. The nominations for the most outstanding achievement in comedy are McFeast, Pussy Power, the ABC.
It's my face, I will not wear your fur, 'cause I'm a power pussy. Pat me and I burn.
I can't believe he doesn't have time to cook. Just gets on with the job.
Great, yeah.
All men are bastards except the ones I know and love.
Power to the pussy now.
Club Buggery, the ABC. What are we going to do about it, Rory, though? I mean, I don't think this is worth
Going to keep three? No, I won't. They're owned overseas. I know they're owned overseas.
Well, we've just got to boycott the product. We've just got to say, sorry, Arnott's rubbish.
Rolf Harris's greatest song, I remember hearing it up years ago in Townsville. It was something like, take them off, Goff.
What did he mean? The trousers? Take the trousers off? What
I
sort of
assumed,
do?
but he had the wrong Prime Minister.
Would you be interested, say, if the government gets rid of Kerry, would you come? Would you like 7:30 report with Jan Event?
And Frontline, the ABC.
The guy does nothing. Nothing. Yet he's touted as this caring, generous man of the people. And as for that promo... You need to relax.
It's a beautiful day. We've got great food, $7 beer.
Mike's angelfish's bait.
Exactly. And you've got your own boat.
Mate, not even Mike can spoil this. Yeah, all right.
Hey, guys! I thought it was you!
It is, Mike.
Hey, how good is this, eh? French champagne, lobster in the fridge, beautiful day. How would you describe it?
The simple life.
And the winner is Frontline, the ABC.
Oh, sausages. You know, it's actually a bit tense this late in the proceedings to be on, because we've been drinking for a really long time.
So therefore, we would like to re-sing Kenny Rogers and Reba McEntire's song.
But I don't think we're up to it.
Don't fall in love.
I think on behalf of everyone involved with Frontline, we would like to thank our hard-working crew and our very glamorous, wonderful cast.
Don't fall in love.
I noticed that Alison White has given us the flicks and she's become a good guy, bad guy.
I can't remember another line.
Anyway, thanks very much. Winnie, it's all right, we'll stop now. Thanks to the ABC for your fabulous support. And also to the 7 Network for giving us a new lease of life. Friday nights, 8 o'clock on Channel 7. Thanks very much.
They're a funny mob, Frontline, and thank you to Jesse and Lavinia. Now someone who won a gold Logie in 1977. For 15 years, he hosted his own Tonight Show, both in Melbourne and then, in Sydney first and then in Melbourne. He's always, I guess, it was a great influence on my approach to television. He's a very gracious performer too, and it's great to have him with us this evening. Please welcome Don Lane.
Thank you very much. Winnie's back there. I'm 15 minutes over for him as an indoor record. Before I give this award, which we are doing for the Outstanding Achievement in Sports, I'd just like to say a quick word and a little hand and a cheerio to a gentleman who is one of the pioneers of television. He's having a bit of a rough trot, and I wish you would all give him a hand, please. He's probably watching tonight. The man that actually put variety on the map in Australia, I think, Bobby Lim. Here tonight, I'm here to help you recognize some of the great events covered by our sporting crews over the last year in the category of Outstanding Achievement in Sports. World Cup Qualifier. The 1997 Grand Final. Rugby League, that is. And the AMP Bathurst 1000. And the award goes to Australia versus Iran World Cup Qualifier, SBS Television, to be accepted by Les Murray.
Australian flags and indeed Iranian flags here tonight. A real clash of support as well as a clash of 2 sets of 11 players.
Vidmar on his own.
We didn't need reminding of the result. You'll have to excuse me if I'm a little bit nervous tonight. I'm from SBS. Sitting in this room is the biggest audience I've ever had. Actually, that's not true entirely. 4 million Australians watched the Australia versus Iran qualifier in November last year. I will now rattle off the names and addresses and thank them. We're thinking of turning it into a series. That's a bigger audience than Blue Heelers, but the Iranians won't be in it. It is not the first Logie that SBS has won, but it is the first Logie that SBS Sports has won. And this is a tangible reward, a symbolic reward, for the 18 years of hard work that SBS has put in to rewrite the image of sport on Australian television and to erode the myth that sport is only for the feeble of mind. It is also a reward for the 18 years of hard work that SBS has put in to put football, sorry Sandy, soccer, the world game, onto the Australian agenda. And I want to pay tribute to all those who have worked so hard in those 18 years to achieve that. I'd like to thank the small but extremely dedicated team of people who have made this telecast possible and the success that it has been, who live, because they work at SBS and not at Channel 9, more on dedication than on money. But their dedication is unsurpassed. I'd like to thank the SBS management, who over the years have... Thank you for the wind-up. I'll be very short. SBS management who has believed in exposing this sport to Australia over the last 18 years. I'd like to thank TV Week and the jurists who voted for it. And I'd like to thank, finally, the unsung heroes who deserve this award more than anyone, and that's the soccer fans of Australia. This is one for the true believers. Thank you.
Congratulations to SBS and thank you to Don. And as we go to the break, we'd like to remember some past Logie winners who are no longer with us in the physical sense, but we will cherish their memories.
Recruited by an agency that doesn't exist.
I decided to give you another chance.
Trained to fight without hesitation, kill without remorse.
I think you're dangerous. You're a loose cannon.
But a chance encounter will change everything.
I'm through. I'm out. There is no through. There is no out.
And the hunter will become the hunted.
Can I have to finish this job?
Bridget Fonda, Harvey Keitel, and Gabriel Byrne in a white-knuckle thriller.
Do you think you can just pout and decide you don't want to play anymore?
The Assassin, 8:30 Wednesday on 9.
Waxes, gums and other deposits will build up over time and restrict the tiny passages inside your car's carburettor or fuel injectors. This will cause rough idling, poor performance and reduce fuel economy. Simply add a bottle of Win Spitfire to your petrol tank next time you fill up. You can be confident that your entire fuel system will be kept clean and you'll enjoy smooth power and acceleration again. Win Spitfire. When it wins, you know it works.
Being Australian means helping others. It's in our blood, in our hearts. So every year we get behind the red shield. Who'll come if the salvos don't? Please dig deep for Red Shield 98. Thank God for the salvos.
Hold it, hold it! Oh, made it. Right, ripping printing at your service. Wait, excuse me, sir. Letterheads, leaflets, business. Oh, bit rough. Steady on. Oh, hello, madam. Best rates.
If your ad's not in the yellow pages, how will anyone ever see it?
Oh, it's rough out here. Oh, T-shirts, sir. Oh, thank you.
Hey, Dad, I think you lost.
The yellow pages works.
When it comes to cereals that are low in fat and provide fibre, the Heart Foundation has ticked the right boxes.
Thank you very much indeed. 40 years, who would have thought it? And when you can remember the very first one, this is just so much better. It's just fantastic. But during the last 40 years, of course, police drama has been very, very successful in many, many Logie nights. The following moments from shows that have all received Logies, police shows that is, basically are the same formula. They have two-way radios, that I used to use quite a lot. They have car chases, they have bad guys, and then there's always ending up in a shootout. It's all just part of the plot.
Solo 1 of VKC Matlock.
Yes, Jeff, you're coming through loud and clear, mate.
Just had a call from the hospital. There's been an assault out at the Smith farm. Someone's running amok with an axe.
Oh, come on, I've got enough on my plate.
Mount Thomas Police Constable Dawes speaking. Right, it's you guys. Where have you been all afternoon?
We're at South Head. We're checking a report of a floating object.
We've set up roadblocks on all the major exits from Riverside. Every available man is out on patrol. I've told them Rigby's armed and dangerous and not to act like heroes. If they see him, advise and wait instructions.
God, last thing I want is a bunch of cowboys out gunning for me.
Listen, my boys are very well trained.
Eric, whenever something like this happens, every cop in the force wants to be the one who brings the man in.
How many roadblocks have we got? 18. Send a unit into the area from each. Let's see if we can't stir these crooks up a bit.
Seatbelt, Sarge.
I want to get out in a hurry. Something bothering you? Yeah, just can't put my finger on it.
Yes, sir. I knew that bloke.
Who? The victim?
We both work in there.
What name?
Graham Clark.
Do you know his address?
Oh, I'm sorry I gave you my name. I thought you meant me.
It's all over, Reg. All over by the shed.
VKC Matlock to car 6. What on earth?
Well, We're going to have to get back to you, Shirl. That was Shirl. I spoke to her for 6 years. I never saw her before. Boys and girls, there is someone else that I'd like to call up here to the microphone to be with me to present some prizes. Would you please make welcome one of the finest, if not the finest, in my opinion, actors, female, in Australia, Lorraine Bailey. How you been?
Apart from a broken foot, I've been fine.
Hoppy.
Hoppy, yes, but it's nearly better now.
Well, listen, we're going to give out some prizes.
Which is lovely, yes.
Which is lovely when you're not nervous, when you think you might or you might not. Nominations for the most outstanding achievement in a mini-series or telemovie are Halifax, FP for the 9 Network,
You know how you look to the jury? Like some punsy rich kid who's been given every advantage in life and screwed up.
Simone de Beauvoir and Babies, the ABC.
Yeah, bodily contact. Would that be too offensive?
No, that's fine.
You wouldn't believe me because you were a coward, terrified of being left alone. You're a little girl. You're an old, lonely girl now. Are you listening to me?
Just stop it.
What's happening in here? She never knows the truth in her life, even when it was staring her in the face. Just think of Ramid. Think of Ramid's baby. He's a bastard. It's all his fault.
Wild Side, ABC.
It's true. It's
That's not the truth, is it?
It's the truth. I swear to God. That's what happened. Yeah.
That's pathetic. You're a liar.
It's okay, Deke.
You're a liar. And you're full of shit.
How did I take this shit?
Bullshit.
What are you doing, mate?
Why would you McCoy get back? I'll let you live it to you. I'll let you live it. Wake it up, idiot.
Get him, Bill.
Wake it up, mate.
He's a friggin' animal.
Get it up, idiot.
No, I'll get him out of here, will you? You too.
Back off.
Make sure Deke stays outside.
The honour is yours.
And the award goes to Wildside. The ABC.
Wildside's on Wednesday at 8:30. One of our best hours. I hope everybody who hasn't watched it gives it a go. I must thank the ABC, Andy Lloyd-James and Sue Masters, who've continued to support the show. I've got to thank Ben Gannon and Mike Jenkins for asking me to produce it. There's not much time to thank everybody, so I'd just like to say I proudly accept this award on behalf of the entire cast and crew of the series. Thank you.
Well done to Wildside, and thank you to Paul and Lorraine. After the break, he's hot, Matt LeBlanc.
Friends, good for advice.
Just go for it.
All right, I'll sleep with my girlfriend.
Hanging out together.
One of our most important scientists. Look at him hard at work.
Sharing secrets.
Oh, Toad!
And surprises.
They want me to
to be the surrogate.
7:30 Monday on Channel 9.
We saw the real Australia. Some friends had visited us from overseas and just raved about it. How they'd learned about Aboriginal culture, tasted bush tucker. It's incredible, they kept saying. But of course you know that. And there's Gary and me nodding along as though we'd been there. But of course we hadn't. We'd always intended to, but I tell you what, as soon as they left, we went. It's funny how you don't appreciate things on your own doorstep, isn't it?
You're only a few hours away from the magic of an Alice Springs and Central Australia holiday. Phone 1800 621 336 and let a Territorian help you plan it. You'll never know if you never go.
Right now at your Mazda dealer, you can pick up a new Estina Hatch, Metro or Protege and they'll throw in air conditioning for free. They're calling it the Shades offer. Pretty cool, eh? But then again, that's Mazda.
Guys, tomorrow night is the presentation dinner and I don't want anyone to embarrass the club. So I'm going to explain what all this silver stuff is for. Now, what do we eat this with?
Oh, I reckon you'd eat that with a fork, wouldn't you, Coach?
You use a spoon.
No, I reckon you'd eat that with a fork.
Spoon.
Fork.
Spoon.
Fork.
Brendan.
If you keep that up, mate, you're going to be eating yours with a straw. Use a fork.
Listen to the coach.
Look at that chunk. Look at that chunk, Coach.
Brendan.
Use a spoon.
Spoon.
Thanks, Boof. Fork.
Campbell's Chunky, the soup that eats like a meal.
Waxing at home used to be a real pain. But now, there's the Remington Smooth and Silky Waxing System. There's no mess, no burning, and no fuss. And there's tea tree and musk rose oil to make your skin feel even softer. It really is quick and easy to feel smooth and silky all over with Remington Smooth and Silky.
Welcome back. Just 4 awards to go this evening. And it's a great pleasure now to introduce someone. But first, before we do introduce him, we want to have a look at a movie which is unbelievably successful at the moment. Titanic was huge, but Lost in Space seems to have outdone Titanic at the moment. So let's have a little bit of a look at Lost in Space.
Mission Control, this is Jupiter 1. The Robinsons are all tucked in. We are ready to fly.
Get back! Get away from me!
What the hell are you doing here?
That's sedition technology. You're a damn spy. Let's go. Man to man. Split them up. Okay, last one to kill a bad guy buys the beer.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger!
So my quarters are yours.
Why don't you just hang on to your joystick?
Identify yourself, soldier.
West, Major. United Global Space Force, requesting permission to see the prisoner.
Proceed. Major West.
And here he is, Matt LeBlanc.
Ouch. Thank you very much. There's a lot of people I'd like to thank, but of course time does not permit it. But Mike Jenkins and Ben Gannon, the whole ABC team that has put us all together to make a program that we're very committed to and passionately love to do. For those 3 million people that switch over and watch Blue Heelers every Wednesday night, have a look during the ad break on Channel 2, ABC. And you might like what you see and you might stay there. But anyway, that's up to you to judge. But I'd like to accept this on behalf of the whole team that works on Wildside. That's right through from the production to the whole crew who works tirelessly and gives their all. So this is for you guys as well. Thank you very much.
That's a capital award to Tony Martin, the great actor. It's a great show too, Wildside. You actually did, you have seen these programs that were nominated, haven't you?
Yeah.
You made a point of that.
I did.
And you obviously thought Tony was pretty good.
Who? Yeah, he's great.
Tony Martin, yes.
He rocks.
Yeah. Listen, you know that Friends is super hot in Australia.
That's what I hear, yeah, thank you.
Your personality, Joey, is your character, is there a lot of you in Joey?
Who?
Let's have a look at a clip from Friends.
Right, yeah.
So how goes the dancing? Gay yet?
You guys owe me big time.
What was that?
What?
You just did a little dancey thing.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You did like a little hop. You are so enjoying this.
No, I'm not. And it wasn't a hop, it was a pot of array. Hey, hold on. This isn't some kind of like girly dance, all right? It's like a sport, you know? It's manly.
Yeah. All right, come here. Show me some manly moves.
All right. Okay. I don't know how to lead.
Is it as much fun as it looks?
Oh, yeah, it really is. It's a blast.
I mean, you all socialise at all outside the program?
No.
No, don't. Well, you look as if you enjoy doing the program. I think that's the main thing.
No, not really. No, it's great. All jokes aside, it's a blast. Yeah.
You must have been very tired travelling between, when you were doing Lost in Space and flying back. I know in 1 week you were flying from LA to London, back to LA, doing Friends, back to London, doing Lost in Space. You must have been very tired.
Yeah, it was rough, but luckily I'm one of those people I can sleep on a plane, so I'm out like a light. So
someone told me that you actually slept through the LA earthquake.
That's right, yeah, I slept right through it, yeah.
How could you sleep through the LA earthquake?
Well, I was in New York.
I read that somewhere. I just thought,
It was a big one, but it wasn't that big.
Okay. Look, here we go with the most outstanding actress.
Boy, these jokes, boy, I'll tell you. All right, here we go. The nominations for the most outstanding actress are Rebecca Gibney.
Built like a Mallee bull, they used to say. Always been a bit of a meaty bloke.
Sure are. Smile.
I showed you before where we are on this. Excuse me, could you tell me where the Tower Bridge is, please?
It's there.
Yes, exactly. See? Hey, you don't know where the Beatles live, do you?
Rachel Blake.
We're all just trying to achieve the same ends. Now, come on, Maxine. We cut you a lot of slack.
Yeah, and we soak up a lot of your work.
We have 2 constables dead, and we want the driver of the Ram Raid car.
I understand that.
Heidi Benson can give us his name. Now, where is she?
I'm sorry, I can't tell you. Heidi and about 500 other kids come to us because they trust us.
Maxine, this is serious. Don't make me do something here.
Well, maybe you'll have to, because I'm not going to tell you I won't.
Catherine McClements.
What about your wife?
I married her to my second wife.
Oh, yeah? What happened to your first one? She dumped you?
She died in a car accident with our daughter.
Oh, sorry. Look, I've been a real pig. Sorry.
And Alison White.
Bastard! How dare you break in here and leave that mutt?
Freckles.
Getting all gawk, are we?
Freckles.
Yes, I've got freckles, so. Christ, get him out of here, will you?
Oh, I was just,
What? God, you are the worst liar I know. Your eyeballs do this thing.
All right, and the award goes to Catherine McClements.
Thanks very much. Well, I won't talk about my dogs, that's for sure. Keep the evening short. Look, I really want to thank the cast for this. You know, it's really important in these pieces. The cast is very important, and particularly my partner in crime prevention, Colin Friels. It's really a two-way thing, this show, so I thank you to him. And the crew, of course, you know, especially the ones that have been there from the very beginning when we first had that disastrous day on the water to the last day that we shot. And, I mean, I'm thinking of Michelle and Easy and Mark Van Kool and Dee and Neil, and I think Brett Popperwell was there at the beginning, and Wizzy, who's returned to us with a vengeance. And I'd also like to thank every dead body we've had on the show, you know. Their commitment, their stillness, their, you know, it really helps us get through. So thanks to them, and also thanks to Angus. It's your day. Thank you.
Congratulations, Catherine. Well, what do you have next on your plate, Matt?
Nothing really.
No, I didn't. It wasn't an invitation. It was like, you know, another movie, perhaps, in the wing.
I don't know. There's a couple of things, but you're not really going to put me on the spot with that.
No, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just thought if there was something exciting, you might. Friends is good enough. You're going back to another series of that?
Yeah, we'll start that up again in August.
Okay. Look, we want to thank you for being with us. It's great of you to take the time to be with us on our major. And also, I want to commend you because I know that you insisted on seeing all of the nominations in all the categories you were going to be presenting.
Yeah, I'd just like to say one thing. I know it's probably, whether or not it's inappropriate to me or not, I don't know, that by being a part of the Logies this year, it's given me an opportunity to sort of expand my culture in terms of being exposed to Australian television. I'd just like to say that it rocks. So you guys are great.
Thank you. Please thank Matt LeBlanc, and after the break, the Gold Logie.
Posing as a criminal
This is not on. It's too dangerous.
to smash a planned bank heist,
One big happy family, eh?
Holloway goes undercover.
You always sleep fully clothed?
Bang, bang, you're dead.
Water Rats Tuesday, 8:30 on 9.
It's usually sort of one call out after the other. I think they just underestimate the danger. Sometimes I get a headache. I just take a couple of Panadol. I mean, they're good even on an empty stomach. I'd hardly take something I didn't trust.
Panadol, Australia's most trusted pain reliever. Use only as directed, and if pain persists, see your doctor.
You know, life's too precious to take chances.
Regarding the cataract treatment,
I'll remove the eyes altogether.
hips,
Get rid of them.
cardiothoracic surgery.
Heart. Won't be needing it.
Do you think you need to consider pregnancy?
Medibank Private's exclusions option is just another way you can select and save.
Cosmetic surgery?
Join now for immediate cover.
I feel better now.
Paper. It seems so delicate and thin. But in the right hands, paper can be used to build bridges, to generate electricity, reinforce foundations, pave new roads, and mend old fences. What gives paper the strength to build relationships? At Hallmark, we've found the secrets are imagination, passion, care and understanding. And that's why every Hallmark card is so much more than just a piece of paper.
In this, the 40th year of the Logies, Our special guest to present the gold could not be more appropriate. He's an actor of great distinction, and he is just simply loved by the whole industry. I'd like you to please make welcome to present the gold Logie, Charles Bud Tingwell.
Thank you very much indeed. This is a very great honour to be here on the 40th anniversary, also to be here and be able to hear that great tribute by Bert to Graham. Terrific. The nominations for the most popular personality on Australian television are Kerry-Anne Kennelly, Ray Martin, Lisa McCune, Daryl Somers, and John Wood. And the winner of the Gold Logie is Lisa McCune.
I feel so honoured to get this from Bud Tingwell. Thank you. Firstly, I just want to say that I feel so proud to be involved and win an award like this for being in a drama in the 90s, and there's so many fantastic dramas on Australian TV, and we're kicking butt with them, you know, Wild Side and Water Rats and Blue Healers and Murder Call. It's just fantastic. It's creating so much work. I just really want to say a huge thank you to my friend and my partner, Tim Disney. His family own a news agency, and I hope that they probably put in a lot of votes for this down in Hampton. Disney's news agency in Hampton Street. And hey, I just love being part of this industry. It's great, and yeah, thank you very much. Cheers, have a good night.
Ashley, Charles, Lisa, you can hang about if you like. You can stay on stage. Most will stay here. We've sort of come to the end of the evening, so please stay here, and congratulations to Lisa. That's the 2 years in a row you've got the double.
Oh, it's good, it's nice.
It's nice, you say. Yeah, well, it is.
Mum will be really happy.
Your mum and a lot of other people will be really happy too. And Charles, thank you so much for presenting the Gold Award. Can I just thank the staff of Crown Palladium and also the hard-working crew that put this show together, Peter Wynn, our EP, and all of the people involved in the telecast. It's been a pleasure being with you again from Crown Palladium. And until we see you next time, thank you. Good night, everybody.
special broadcast of the TV Week Logie Awards, proudly sponsored by Hallmark.
Newsbreak, brought to you by National Mutual Financial Services.
Good evening, Joe Hall in the National 9 newsroom. The warring parties in the waterfront dispute went head-to-head today in a heated debate, with the unions, government and Patrick Stevedores all showing no signs of compromise. Union heavyweights John Coombs and Jenny George clashed with Workplace Relations Minister Peter Reith and Patrick boss Chris Corrigan. There were strong signs the dispute will drag on.
And I'm not prepared to lose another penny, subsidising the lifestyles of the